good response from everyone on my silkscreen press that I built. Everybody wants a T-shirt, which I'm happy to do. I'm going to start working on my the screens to make the prints. So what I've been doing is cutting down 2x2 pieces of lumber based on the dimensions of the adult platen, because that's what I'm going to work with first, which is 14 by 16 approximately. It's actually a little bit less than that. I'm making my screen frame size 19 and 5/8 and 17 and 15/16. Now the reason for those measurements are because of I'm going to do lap joints on the corners, because that'll give it a greater stability. And then I'm going to I need to account for like a ½ inch of space. That's what I determined, a ½ inch of space for the micro adjusters to be able to stick through and line it up perfectly on the platen. You know, I could have tried to figure out converting a decimal into a fraction, but that was just too much work for my brain. 0.4375, I had no idea what the hell that actually translates into. So there's some shortcuts you can do. One of them being, you make an X through the end of a board from each corner, and where they intersect is the middle of the piece, and so then using the square, I draw a line straight across, and I'll be shaving off half of that side on one of them. Now normally, when you're using a fence on a table saw, you don't want to use a miter, because you get the wood wedged in between the blade and the fence and get kickback. However, since we're not cutting all the way through the wood, there is no danger of kickback. So you can use the miter gauge. Excuse me, I gotta tighten this up here. You can use the miter gauge to make sure you get a straight cut. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make the full depth of cut, and the full width of it, I should say, on the end. And all the pieces are going to be the same, so we can just leave this set up and do it all. But what we'll do is we'll cut the first piece, and then you just go back and nibble off the rest of it. The first cut that I made was how wide the piece is going to be, and so I'll end up nibbling all the way across, getting rid of all that. The second cut, I just wanted to show you that it's almost perfectly on that line, and that should be fine when we're gluing up all the pieces. All right, cut the lap joints here. Cross pieces, and so now to test the fit, we put them together. You can see the height is perfect, no problem with the height. However, the depth, the length of it, looks like it's off by an 1/8, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. So that won't be a problem. I can go back and for this screen, I'll go back and just cut these other two pieces down so they're the same. But then and then I'll just sand it down and make it smooth. But you've heard of the rule: measure twice, cut once. I should have used a stock piece, a sample piece, and scrap. That's the word I'm looking for. I should have used a scrap piece, tested out the depth and length, and wouldn't have mattered here. A 1/16 of an inch isn't going to be all that critical, and like I said, I can sand that smooth, so there's no issues there. But so there's something to be aware of, and that's why you try with a scrap piece of wood first. All right, with all the lap joints cut, I've dry fitted here together. All right, so what I'm going to do now is going to put my wood glue onto the joints, and then checking for square, I'll tack them in place with my air gun to let them dry up. Then they'll be sanded down, and the corners will again be routed into soft edges. And the next step will be to stretch a screen over the top, glued and tacked in place. And even managed to come out square. So one down, one more to go, and then, as I said, it'll be time to build the screen stretcher, which is another jig I'll have to put together. Okay, got the two frames here, one raw and one sanded. So sand this one down so it looks like this one, with the rounded over edges, everything smooth on the inside, outside, nothing to get caught, to tear. And then still have to put a polyurethane coating on it to protect the wood so it doesn't absorb the inks and stuff like that. And I'm almost ready to print. You can almost see the t-shirts flying off the press. I've basically finished the screen printing press. This is the press here. The platen, or the pallet. Plunger to hold the screen in place. These are the screens that I built and stretched. This is the key right here to precision, the micro tuners. And I just need to put some caps on here. And then this is for extra screens, but primarily it would be used for my flash dryer. So the flash dryer would be nothing more than putting in 2x4 arm out, and then using this shop light. It'll end up hanging from here. I have to adjust the arms and everything, but you hang the lamp from here. You'd put it over the design on the screen, like the t-shirt, and put it on for a couple of minutes, and it will flash dry the print, and that way the ink won't lift up. So there it is, a complete screen printing system, and now I just got to print.
All in all, it was a fun project to build, and I think I'll have fun when I'm finally printing t-shirts and stuff. So it wasn't all that expensive. I mean, the inks and the emulsions and stuff like that, those are a little pricey, but even so, it's not too bad, and I'm gonna get a lot of use out of them. So looking forward to starting the actual printing. So if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel and check out my blog, www.devilseve.blogspot.com, where you'll find a lot more information and ideas on Halloween and hornet related topics. Thanks for watching.